It's all on you and what you can do. Nobody cares about you and nobody's coming to save you. I really embrace this message and I want you to as well. Because in the grand scheme of things, nobody really cares about you, right? And I'm a person, a man that cares too much. Honestly, I know my wife tells me I care too much all the time about the wrong things. I shouldn't let this or that or what that person says or does or looks or because they don't say you welcome or because they didn't hold the door right. I can go on and on about that. But the point is, in the grand scheme of things, people don't care about you. They just don't. You may get a handful of people in this world, if you're blessed, that truly care about you. And the quicker you realize that, it will help you out like it's starting to help me out. I'm at the very beginning of this journey, unfortunately. I guess I was not living in reality, and I will still do my very best to make a change in this world. But I just gotta focus on me and mine, and realize that people just don't really care. They don't care about you. So once you're able to operate life with that, oh, they don't care, so it shouldn't affect you, you'll be great. I know there's a lot of people that already have mastered this, and there's like, duh, I already knew this. Why didn't you know this? Like, I genuinely care, and I thought that there would be the majority of human beings caring about other human beings, and that's what's gonna make this world, especially our country, great. But I know I had that a little bit messed up. I was living in La La Land. We have to stop spending time, at least so much time, right? Definitely grieve, vent a little bit, however it is that you're able to let that out. But don't spend so much time focusing on your situation, how bad it is, like what it's done to you, kind of making excuses out of it. You have to spend that time more constructively, making a plan to better your situation. Learn from it. I'm always learning the hard way in plenty of situations. So I assure you, take the time to make a plan. Instead of going and being petty and maybe, telling, calling whoever it is that you call, like all that, I'm not going to say that it's bad. You just have to, just take one day. Once it happens, get it out of your system. But then you have to move forward in making a plan and goals on how we can overcome and get ourselves out of the situations that we're in, or how do we move up to the next level. It's not always about a struggle. How can I increase myself to get to that next level? Now there is an exception, I guess, to that, right? If you're venting, like, save it for a therapist. I'm trying my best to get therapeutic help. I'm not gonna lie to you. But when it comes to kind of talking about it and just expressing yourself literally, the majority of the time, you can say it with the purest of a heart, and it's just, complaining at the end of the day or excuses at the end of the day. I like to, instead of saying excuses, I tell my brother all the time, oh, you have some really good reasons. You should write a book. And at the end of the day, that's what it kind of boils down to. And I do care about my brother, don't get me wrong, but it just kind of boils down to that. At the end of the day, people just don't really care. Personally, with myself and YouTube channel, I was trying to go about things in a way in which we thought we knew what we were doing, but our message was totally being missed. I was totally being misunderstood time and time again. And all that energy in what I was trying to do, I realized that big picture, it's negative, or was negative, kind of. Not big, our big picture wasn't, but that's what it was coming across as, right? And at the end of the day, it was wasting my time because of my purpose and what the message I'm trying to get across. I'm sorry, I'm really thinking about how I can articulate this best so that way I'm not misunderstood. But I believe all about moving forward. That's one of the gifts that I have. Each day is a new day for me, and I take the blessings in that. And moving forward is key. I don't want you to miss this message at all. And what I mean by forward, like forward is my favorite word. And if you're not moving forward, how I view it, my mindset is the moment you stop moving forward, the moment you stop improving yourself, the moment you stop grinding and doing what you need to do to move towards your next goal, to create new goals, the moment all that forward stops, the momentum of forward stops, I'm even all about falling forward. And I'm getting ready to probably start taking some risks. I have a family, and I don't want to be selfish, even though I had to put myself first. I really wasn't doing that a lot, but sometimes my wife will tell me that I am selfish, so I need to do it in the best way that God wants me to do it. I'm digressing, so let me get back to forward, right? So the moment you stop moving forward, you're I guess you're standing in place, right? Even standing in place, you're losing your ground because everything around you is constantly moving forward for the most part. That's how I view it. So I'm losing ground because it's always the next man, it's always something. Everything is moving forward, elevating around me, and if I'm not, then I'm losing ground. Then you can be going left to right or sideways. To me, in my mind, just it's worse. You're distracted. You're going this way. You're going that way. You're not going forward. Other people are going forward. This is a race, and we're not guaranteed all the time. You may have way more time than I have, or vice versa. But either way, the time that we have right here and now, we have to spend it moving forward. And you definitely don't want to go backwards. Like, I assure you, I've learned so many lessons the hard way going backwards. It's not funny. Backwards is almost the worst thing. I love you. Going backwards is. You turn it down. I love you so much. So you know your daddy is becoming a YouTube creator, but backwards is no good. It's no good. And even staying in place, it's almost, I view it as if like it's quicksand, and you're just sinking. People bring up the economy, inflation, you name it. There's so many things. You don't even have to look at it as like a man and woman comparison thing. Is what I mean by that is like, oh, the next woman or the next man is getting ahead of you and he's passing you up because he's moving forward, even though that is true too. But just the world in which we live in, me speaking somewhere, man living in the States, obviously, with all the things going on, financial, money-wise, that if you're not utilizing your time, your money, your effort, getting skills, educating yourself, moving forward, then you will be on the decline as opposed to the incline. If you don't know by now, she laughing at me. I'm sorry, you threw me off. Um, if you don't know by now, I definitely am a man of God. I believe in God. I'm not perfect. And I say all that to say this. Nobody's coming to save you, right? I embrace that. I really do. I was raised in a, like, not like the area. I try not to disclose too much now. I'm learning. It was a rough area in upbringing. So I'm not, I guess what I say, I'm not soft, or I can take like very hard, constructive, like we ripped the band-aid off, we're not beating around the bush criticism. So I say all that to say this. When I hear nobody's coming to save you, I really do embrace that. And I'm not looking or seeking to be coddled or babied or spoiled, even though a lot of people like right who wouldn't want somebody to just come and just do everything for them. But me as a man, I that'll be a little awkward, but I don't want to digress. My point is, you have to work hard. That's what I get out of that when I hear that. You need to put in the hard work. If you don't put in the hard work, if even in just like hearing that, right? Someone saying that to me, it almost as if like it implies that you're not putting in the work. Therefore, that's why you're in that position, right? You're looking for Captain Save Me. I almost said something else, but you're looking for that. And again, this is just kind of sidebar my perspective in all this, but I really do embrace this. Nobody's gonna save you. I know that God, Jesus, my Lord and Savior, already has saved me. But that's real deep. But I put in the work. I know that it takes my hard work, my hard efforts, my refusal to stop doing what I need to do. My purpose right now being my family to support and provide. I will never stop trying my absolute best to do that, and it will be done. But when no one's gonna save you, you have to save you. You have to do what you have to do, and that is a key piece that you need to fuel you and drive you. So that's what I say, and I mean by I embrace that no one's going to save you. A lot of people may not have heard it ever in their life, and it can come off as extremely harsh. But I appreciate and respect that type of tough. That's like the tough, hard for me and how I was raised, like the true love. Like it may be messed up, maybe to others, but when I hear stuff like that, it's like, dang, like you you love me. But some people don't have tough, thick skin. I hope you know what I'm trying to say here. But you may need to hear this. No one's gonna save you. You have to put in that work if you want to make it to that next level. You need God, Jesus for sure, but your work is work and faith. Don't get stuck. Don't overthink it. Do what you can do. Continue to move forward, improving yourself each and every day, continuing to educate yourself. I personally have to, I'm working on saving up money, getting my financials back together. I have to get my emergency savings back together, and I need to say I'm saving money to go back into school. It's not a game. Life isn't a game. Wherever you're at in life, don't don't let people bring you down. God has us each individually in our own circumstances and situations that we can get through. Never forget that there's nothing that He's placed in front of you that you can't get through. It's just all about learning from the situations and the things for the better, and that's what I'm learning to do each and every day, as a man, as a son, as a father and husband. And I always appreciate you, family.